There are 3 exercises that I want to show you to really work the abdominal area. Now I'm going to talk about the plank. So I'm going to go into plank position because you'll see this in gyms all the time, you'll see it in exercise programs all the time. It's kind of like the personal trainer's best all over abdominal exercise. But I've got a bit of an issue with it and I'll show you why. We need to go into a plank position, You need to draw the shoulders down and you want to be able to maintain your back in what's called neutral. So neutral back position is here, Now holding my spine as neutral as I can, I should have a little curve in my lower back, and I'm looking down at my fingertips, which will give me a little curve in my neck area. I've then got to use that all-important inner core area, so I'm drawing up through my inner core area, really trying to hold it. And I kind of feel that I would like to say I've got quite a strong core, but I'm finding this really tough to do properly. So what happens is when you find it really tough and you fatigue very quickly, 2 things. One is you'll either do this, you'll let your middle sag, or you'll do this and you won't use your core muscles at all and you'll round your back and do the exercise ineffectively. So I've got an alternative for you. I call this the hand and knee balance, or you can call it the leg pull, which is what the term that's used in Pilates quite a lot, or you can call it the bracing move, doesn't really matter. Anyway, you go on your hands and your knees, you draw your shoulder blades back and down, your eye level is above your fingertips, you tuck your elbows in, you place your weight onto the ball of your foot and you lift your knees off the floor and you hold. Now I can't sag my back in the same way as I can when I'm doing a plank because I can really connect and find my core far more effectively. And I'm really doing that up through the middle, rock it up through you, out through the top of the head, and really centering myself and feeling my core muscles working. So that's a really good bracing move. So the plank is a bracing move, that's a bracing move, which will work the whole core area. Hold it for about 3-6 breaths, and then rest, and then try it again. The minute you cannot feel your pelvic floor and your deep abdominal muscles working, you're not doing it properly, so rest, and then try again. You can maybe hold for 3 to 6 breaths, rest and repeat it 3 times through. Let's do a traditional abdominal style exercise now. I'm going to go onto my back and in this position here, very traditional, kind of ab curling type of position. But I'm going to first of all work on the lower half of the body. So we need a neutral spine. So a neutral spine is where you have a little hollow in your lower back. And if I put my fingers underneath my lower back, I can get them part way through, but I couldn't get them all the way underneath. So I've just got a little gap there in my lower back. I can feel that my tailbone is on the floor, and that's really important as well. You don't want your pelvis really tilting with your tailbone off the floor. Likewise, you don't want your coccyx, your tailbone, dropping right to the floor and your back overarching here. So you need that happy position in the middle where everything lies quite flat at the front of the pelvis and you feel that tailbone on the floor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to activate those all-important core muscles, draw up on the inside, working through, up through the middle, drawing up, hollowing my tummy at the same time. And then I'm going to lift my foot 1/2 inch off the floor, and then I'm going to extend my leg out, lengthening through, making sure this whole area here doesn't move. I'm then going to bring the leg back in. Now I'm just breathing naturally. What's really important is that you do not hold your breath as you're doing this. So you just breathe naturally. If you want to work with a breath that's in and out, what I would do is I would exhale as you lengthen your leg, and then inhale as you bring the leg back. So you exhale as you lengthen, and then inhale as you bring the leg back. The whole point of this exercise is while you're doing it, you're bracing and you're holding this whole area still. And it's called a heel slide. To make it a little bit harder and to work the outer layer of muscle, which is that washboard muscle that you see on very lean people, then we're going to do a curl up at the same time. So this is great because it's going to work those inner muscles as well as that outer muscle. So I'm going to inhale as I prepare, then I'm going to exhale, lift up and slide the leg along, and then inhale, come back, and then exhale, lift up and slide the leg along. Now I'm taking this hand down for a minute so you can see my neck. One of the common mistakes people make is they really shove their head forward. What I want you to do is to relax the neck back, and it actually brings your chin close into your chest. This is very unflattering. I'm giving myself a nice little double chin at the moment, but I don't care because what I want you to see is that my neck is relaxed. If you get that horrible neck pain, then this is what you need to do. Relax your neck back in, and you're actually looking down at your chest, and that will stop your neck from aching. I can also now look at my tummy and go, yay, I'm pulling it in. Yep, so that's another nice tip to think about. Bring the leg back in. I'll just do that for you a couple more times. I'm relaxing my neck back, chin is in, I'm looking at my tummy, and then coming back down. And then again, I'll take the hand away so you can see, relaxing the neck back in, lifting up, and then really concentrating on shortening from my ribs to my belly button. You're going to do anything between 8 to 16 of those. One last exercise, and it's a side plank. This is not as common as the full plank that I've shown you already, but it's a great exercise to work the waist muscles, to work what we call the oblique muscles. So I'm going to start off on my elbow and on my knees. Have your knees in line with your hips, and your elbow is underneath your shoulder. For a slightly easier position, you bring the knees forward, But I'm going to start here. So if you find this very difficult, then just bring your knees forward, but let's hope you can try it because we've got lots of levels in this to go through. So really important, elbow has to be underneath your shoulder. I see this done a lot of times with the elbow out here. That's going to really unstabilize your shoulder and it can give you shoulder problems. So keep your shoulder here, You're then going to lift from your bottom rib off the floor and work these waist muscles right in here. Now what's really nice is if you can look up towards the ceiling and lift your arm up at the same time. What this does is it works the neck in a way to give you good movement around the neck. If you find that uncomfortable, then you can just turn your head towards the front. But if you can look up, that's really great. Again, you just hold this position. You breathe through, like with your bracing moves, 3 to 6 breaths, and then release and come down. Now there are ways we can increase the intensity of this. The first way to do that is to actually come up onto the hand. Now this puts more of an emphasis on the upper body. So I'm going to now lift up, arm stays underneath the shoulder, lifting up again. If I want to make it a little bit harder, I can extend a leg out, holding my position here, drawing the shoulders down, lifting up. And then for the ultimate, and this is really tough, so build yourself up for it, you extend the other leg out and hold. Again, 3 to 6 breaths, and obviously you've got to do this on the other side as well. You're lifting up through here, using the waist muscles here. You've got to draw the shoulders down, length from your ear to your shoulder. You extend the arm up, and you really work on creating length. And don't forget, rock it up through, pull up through, use those center muscles all the time.